Welcome, traders. Dr. Keith here. Happy Sunday, March 13th, 2022. Hopefully everyone's doing well. All right, folks. So as we do this overview today, kind of a broken record on some aspects, right? We've been talking about for a while now, this support right here. And it's been holding pretty much every time, hasn't it? And then we closed Friday right at that mark again. So the difference to me now, and I still am expecting a blow off here. Okay, let me just bring some of these down here to make it a little bit cleaner for you. I was doing some testing this morning. Okay, so the difference is we're just about at the peak now. We're getting closer to that seasonal play to the long side, right? Which a lot of you have been waiting for obvious reasons. So the only difference now is if I go to the VIX, what I am expecting this week, even though this could be considered a blow off, let me change it to yellow. Right, this could be considered a blow off. I really like to see something like this. Even this was a pretty good blow off. We never really got much of a blow off here on that VIX before it headed lower. So that could have been, the bottom of the market right there, which is the top of the VIX. I won't be surprised this week though, at all, if we have one more test up here in the VIX, then it'll sell off, meaning markets will go higher. Okay, so it's not a perfect science. This could end up being the top of the VIX here. You can see we had a flat top on Friday. So this could start heading lower, which means markets should then start going higher. We're getting close on this overall VIX blow off. So hard to say at this point. We're just going to let the indicator show us this week. But I think this week is the critical week. And then we can start looking for some more long plays here in the very near future, okay? So when I bring up the Qs, again, everything's looking identical, which is good. Okay, we got that support level. When I bring up the diamonds, everything's holding right here. Okay, do you see that? So even during all the news with the Fed, with Russia, the markets are holding pretty decent here. Are we going to get that big sell-off as our new bottom, or was this the bottom? We don't know yet. Okay, retailers aren't giving us a big clue as far as sentiment on Friday at the close. They were pretty close to 50-50 still. There was a little bit more. They were a little bit more long than short, which again is more of an indication that wants to head lower. We'll see what happens this week. So we got a lot of indecision, but this is the week I believe that we'll have finally a new direction in the markets later in the week, whether it's back up to the upside now. We know big picture that's what's going to happen, or if we get that move down blow off, then we head higher here in the next week to 2 weeks. All right, let's bring up bonds. I'll bring up the TLT for that. So bonds have been really weak. You can see here. We had the move up here. But remember, we're fighting that downtrend. And so what I said was, I didn't take this trigger long. Yeah, you could have made some money on it. But I'd be looking for that second entry. But see, now this is closed below here. So this is actually lower. So now what I'd be looking for on something like TLT, it's got to prove it all over to me again. So I need another trigger, I'll ignore it, then pull back, and then I need that to be low, to be higher than here. So this needs to be higher than 1. 2 needs to be higher than 1. Okay, that's the best way to play these. Other than that, just keep playing it short. But the reason I'm not is we know we have the seasonal move coming. Okay, so I'm not looking to continue to short here. Yes, from a pure technical perspective, this flat top was a good entry to the downside. Absolutely it was. But I know we're getting very close to that top there. Dollar index. Continuing to go higher, right? Continuing to go higher. We're getting close to a top here, but I think we're going to go higher through till somewhere in April. Okay, probably until April. So you can always look to enter. Certainly this is a new opportunity here, but it's so close to darn highs. I'd look at a 4-hour entry if it was me trading the dollar index. Gold. Again, gold's going to just continue to screech higher. So if you're looking to trade gold, you know, look at these wicks here with the cloud getting wider. I just wait for a green Hackenacci. Flat bottom will be perfect for an entry long, or go to that smaller time frame. Again, what I mean by that, if you go to like that 4-hour, okay, look at that on the close Friday. See how flat bottom here? I would still wait Sunday night when it opens up on the futures gold before I just went long. But you got room up to here to make money on gold. Okay. Crude. Been crazy market on crude, right? So big picture on crude. Let me go back to the daily chart. I'm going to blow up the season for just a minute. Look at the daily or the weekly Hackenacci candles. Flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom, flat bottom. You get my point, right? Yeah, we had this big blow off wick though. Weekly wick, right? It was at 130.50. You know, it closed at 116. That's a huge variance, right? Crude has been ridiculous. So one, be careful on crude. But we're getting sell triggers on the daily. Yet we've got the flat bottom on the weekly. So what I'm looking for is this to come back, more of a pullback, maybe to 100. And then if we get long triggers at that point, then I like it. Okay, there's no surprise that crude finally made a retracement, especially after the ridiculous move up to 130.5. But I like the bias still to the upside here on crude. We're just waiting at this point for that trigger long. Okay. Now, when you're looking at individual stocks this week, you know, let's look at a couple like Tesla. You know, Tesla's going to give you an opportunity here. We're being very patient because we know it's coming, right? And so I'm not jumping the gun on these. There's no reason to, but certainly, you know, right around this 795 level seems to be a lot of support. So keep an eye on Tesla. You know, one of my favorite stocks, AMD, same thing. You got that support level. More support here with Broadcom as well. So, you know, these have kind of probably bottomed here, folks, at this point. Just wait for your entries now. You know, Berkshire, crazy enough, hit a new high here as the market was going down. That's super bullish, right? Netflix, which a lot of us been wanting to get into that, you know, not yet though, right? It hit a new low on Friday. But watch out when it takes off. We're going to have some great entries on some of these stocks. So, you know, same with some of these futures and Forex opportunities. Let me just go over to futures real quick. I'm just going to take a look here. So the euro, you know, had a trigger here on Thursday, but you're fighting that monster downtrend. And then you can see Friday heading back down. So that's why it's been fairly slow on the futures. I mean, we're doing well, we're making money, but I'm not forcing anything, folks. Okay, you know, just like live cattle, I mean, look at this downward move coming. Yet, if you look at lean hogs, Remember, we got stopped out on this play here, but it's been holding that 102 level basically. Look at the seasonal. Okay, so I absolutely am looking to get back in long on lean hogs with the trigger here. Okay, lean hogs is gonna go much higher. Just happened when we got in here, it went right against us. I had a tight stop on that. Again, I'm looking to enter long on that again. So we got lots of opportunity. This will be the week that I really believe we're going to get clearer direction, probably towards the end of the week. Bitcoin is just continuing to consolidate here. It's all it's doing before, in my opinion, the big move up. But again, it's got to prove itself. I'd like to see a break above this level here with some triggers to go in. You know, I don't want to get caught in this type of back and forth at this point with Bitcoin. All right, folks, let's have a great week. We'll be patient as we have been, keeping money in our account so that as it busts forward here very soon, we'll start making lots of money. All right, have a great week. Take care, everyone.